Welcome to the show. Welcome to Vibrant Beyond 40. This is a podcast where we are going to discuss all things women. As women, we wear many hats, and we are going to tap into those deep conversations about life, fitness, nutrition, sex, life as a mom, partner, daughter, business professional, and we want to be here to support one another in hopes that we can help each other learn and be supportive and through growth. Let me just go ahead and say that Holly and I, this is our first live performance, and we are already extremely nervous about being on live, and we have a whole lot of notes, and we have our laptops, so forgive us if we are referring to those throughout the night, because we're not really sure what all we want to say or need to say. Well, we know what we want to say, but we're not sure that we can remember that as we're scooting all over our shit here, so, and we've got some cameras going and just making sure that everything's working. Okay. All right. So, Holly.
Okay, welcome guys. I'm Holly. I help women lose weight, give them the confidence that they need to transform their body and their mind without spending hours in the gym or sucking the joy out of life, so you can feel good inside and out. As a certified personal trainer and a wellness coach, I know it's not just workouts and nutrition. I help break through the unique struggles holding a person back so that they can create results that last.
And my name is Kim Watson-Pitts, and I'm a certified personal trainer, and it's my goal to show women how to unleash their inner strong by teaching them how to love their bodies through proper weight management so that they can gain control of their health and fitness for life. Now, we do all of this without putting in long hours at the gym or giving up delicious foods. So Holly and I are going to talk a little bit about what got us into fitness and into the gym lifestyle.
Okay, so honestly, mine was totally vanity purpose driven at first. My ass started sinking into the back of my thighs, and my waist of my jeans started to be tight. I also did start to feel weak. I would pick up a shirt off the floor and pull my back. In the back of my head, I can hear my mom and aunt saying, "Wait till you hit 30, you're gonna blow up," because I had always been thin. I'm gonna be very honest about that. Now, as I grew up watching them hit their 30s and gain weight, I took that as gospel. I was like, uh-oh. Even though I have been skinny all my life. So I decided that wasn't going to be me. And I started my fitness journey. I got really lucky and met people along the way that turned me onto strength training. Kim being one of them, actually. And it definitely became more about being strong. It became more about looking like I could kick somebody's ass. Not yours. Not yours. Than being thin. And, which is good, because I hate cardio, so I didn't really want to be a cardio bunny.
Absolutely. And then for me, for years, I had watched my family, the women primarily in my family, battle with weight gain. Always trying the next big diet or the next fad diet, always on a diet, always worrying about their weight. I grew up constantly having that in my face, and that had a huge impact on how I felt about my body. So as I after I graduated high school and got into the workforce and I took office jobs, I started to notice that I was gaining weight in places that I didn't like it. So one of the things that I did was I joined a gym, and I learned how quickly strength training could change my physique and how quickly my body would play nice with me, so to speak, when I did strength training. So it was really nice. It was really cool to learn how you can manipulate your body, still keep it the same weight, but manipulate your body with just lifting weights. I was a competitive bodybuilder for several years, and that was a true demonstration of how I could manipulate my body to look a certain way just by lifting weights on a daily or on a regular basis. So once I started lifting heavier and I got stronger, well then from that point I was hooked. So, one thing that you will hear that's very common with Holly and I is that we're both very, very passionate about health and fitness, and while we have a lot of similarities on our journey to where we are, we both have very, very different body types. We have we've walked very different paths. We're very different people. We live different lifestyles. We like different things. So it's real important to understand that health and self-love is not a one-size-fits-all concept. A lot of times you're going to hear fitness pros, other personal trainers, other people online. They want to tap into the scientific side of things, and they want to talk about, some of you may have heard some of the terms, endomorph, ectomorph, mesomorph, but you know what? We're not really going to tap into the science side of body types tonight. What we want to do, we're not going to tap into that because at the end, each person is not going to fit into a single body type. And you can Google that and you'll read that that a lot of times body types you may fit in multiple categories, and so we don't want to delve deep into the science of it, but we want to talk about the different types of. We do want to talk about how different body types are affected, but not the science side of it, so to speak. Does that make sense? I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but
it does make sense. But I also want to point out so. Another reason that I'm not, I didn't want to talk about, ecto, meso, whatever. It's not a fixed system. I find that I definitely have moved from one to the other. I mean, I'd say that when I started in the gym, I was probably classic. As classic as you can get, even though we're all different. Ectomorph, and I would definitely push myself a little bit out of that now, more into an more athletic looking build. So I think that it's not a static thing, and we evolve. And I also, the psychological part of it, if somebody had said, you're an ectomorph, you're going to have a hard time gaining weight, I think that would have affected me, and I probably would not have started lifting heavy, which means I would have missed out, and I wouldn't have changed.
Right. Because someone had already planted that seed in your head.
Seed, yeah.
And so you feel like, well, if that's the kind of body that I have, well, then I just need to give up on these other things because that's the best that I'm going to be. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Thank you.
So both of us, we get a lot of clients that tell us that their number one goal is to lose weight, but there's so much more that goes into weight loss than just the scale weight or your body type. So no matter the body type, the age, the size, in the end, it's all about understanding your why. We all have different reasons for getting into fitness or wanting to lose weight or wanting to lift. We all have different ideas as to why we do it. And so one of the things that Holly and I both work on with our clients is really drilling down on the why. Holly just said why she got into fitness, into working out. I just told you why I got into fitness and working out. And both of us did that many, many years ago. And our why now, at the age that we are, is something that is completely different than what it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15, even 20 years ago. Yep. Once you reach, as we start to get older, our priorities change, our focuses change. And so one of the things that we really like to drill in with our clients, no matter the body type, no matter the size, no matter what the goal is why do you want to make these changes? Why do you want to become more healthy? Why do you want to lose weight? Why? And it goes much deeper than that.
If I had met you and you had said, Holly, why do you want to, I don't know. And at the time I thought I had to lose weight, right? I was already stick thin. It really wasn't about that. But, if you had asked me that, you would have got that first thing that I said, and only that. You wouldn't have got the I want to be stronger. You wouldn't have got I want to look like I can kick somebody's ass. You wouldn't have got any of that.
Right.
At that point in my journey and at that point in my life. So, like you said, it evolves. Your why will evolve as your life and your experience does.
Right. And so that's a very good point. When we say, why do you want to lose weight? And this is something that is real. I know this is something that I'm very passionate about, and Holly, we've talked about it, and she's passionate about it as well. Because if someone starts a new fitness or nutrition program, and if they just tell you, okay, I want to lose weight, and if us as a professional goes into it and says, okay, this person wants to lose weight, and we get them, let's say they want to lose 20 pounds, and we get them to that point, what is going to keep you coming back? Not necessarily to me or to her, personally, but what's going to keep you coming back to the gym? What's going to keep you coming back or following your nutrition plan? What's going to keep you focused to follow or to keep those habits ongoing? And this is where your why is so important. And so when we're having this conversation or when we're talking to you all about this, think about, most of you on here are listening because you're trying to get something from this podcast or from this conversation. Mm-hmm. You want to take something away from this conversation. And this is something that we coach in our virtual program. It's something that we coach with our one-on-one clients. Why do you want to, and we're going to use the reason as losing weight or get healthy. Why do you want to do that? Dig deep. Dig really, really deep. Take out a piece of paper, or we'll be recording this podcast and posting it back later on. But go back and listen to it. But really dig deep and ask yourself, why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to get healthy? And when I say dig deep, think about it. What are you missing out on with your children because of the weight or because of your health? What can you not do right now because of the added weight or because of a health condition that you're dealing with? How you feel about your body, how is that affecting the relationships with the ones that you love? Maybe even with your significant other, because of how you feel about your body, because of the added weight, because of how uncomfortable you may be, because of your health condition.
Because that's affecting your confidence.
Right.
And if you don't have confidence in one area, chances are you don't have confidence in most of the other aspects of your life, which is one of the reasons it's really good to find your why, because it can spread to all the other areas.
It can make such a huge difference in everything. Not only, think about the vacations maybe that you're not going on, or maybe you change the type of vacation. Maybe you don't want to go to the beach, or maybe you don't want to go to pool parties, or maybe you don't want to go to cookouts because you're uncomfortable in your skin, you're uncomfortable in the clothes that you're wearing, or it's a health condition. Maybe maybe you can't go up and down stairs. Maybe your family wants to go hiking and you can't hike. All of that sort of thing. Give me pause just a second because I'm being asked where I am, and so I'm wondering if my thing, it says I'm live, but I wonder if I'm in a different place. Live. Oh well, I guess we'll figure it out.
Well.
So but again, first time doing the podcast, technical issues. I'm live somewhere, I don't know where, but we'll see. So really think about, I bet I'm live on Vibrant.
Tell him to go to my personal one.
He's texting, so.
Oh.
So.
Just
well.
saying.
Anyway, so we'll share it. So so really dig into, because I see that you've got stuff and I don't have anything going on, so that makes me wonder if I'm somewhere else.
Because you have way more friends than me.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, just dig deep into your why. No matter what your body type is, no matter what your goal is, no matter what you're trying to accomplish, dig deep into your why. Not just I want to lose weight. Ask yourself these really deep questions, because that is also going to be your motivation. Because a lot of folks say, I just don't have the motivation to work out, or I don't have the motivation to eat healthy, or I don't have the willpower to eat healthy. Well, when you really dig deep into that why, when you really delve into making a list of all the things that you're missing out on, or that you can't do, or that you want to do, or the relationships that are struggling because of the condition that your body is currently in, or the lack of confidence or the self-esteem that you are missing out on with your body, once you really line all that out, you no longer need willpower. You no longer need motivation, because I'm here to tell you, gal pal, motivation is fleeting, and it happens to every one of us.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. I mean, even Holly and I, even being fitness professionals and being in the gym on a regular basis, training our clients, there's many, many a times that we will sit down on a pad or in the floor and just look at the world and be like, I don't want to do this. So if we don't, even us, still to this day, and our why changes quite often.
It does.
We still have to drill down to that why. And why we do, or why we want, or why we still need to stay in the gym, or why we still need to watch our nutrition or take care of our body. Because otherwise, those days that we just don't feel like doing it, we just don't feel like being there.
And they happen. Like when you're doing a bunch of computer work all day.
Yeah.
That's like probably the number one thing I hear is I work all day and I just get home, or I get out of work and I just want to go home. I'm so tired, or I don't want to go back out. And it's great that sometimes they have that motivation to do it in the beginning, but if they have that list of why, and I actually really do recommend you actually sit down and write it out. Like pen and paper, type it, something.
Yeah.
I have had things on my mirror in my bathroom, on my refrigerator. Why are you doing this? And you can do that for a lot of different aspects of your life too. I've done that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the willpower comes after the motivation is gone.
Right.
And to build that, you need to know why you're doing something.
Exactly.
And it has to be more than I want to be skinny or fit into a dress.
Well, and think
Which
about
are
this.
Good. That's fine. You know.
So I'm going to actually press pause, and I'm going to get us switched over. Sorry, guys that are watching, because I don't think I'm where I want to be. So we're going to switch this over.
Did it not, like, go
I don't
from
know.
there?
I don't know. We're going to go ahead and post that. Is with Holly, yeah.
Weird.
Oh, because it is in Vibrant.
Oh, it is. Were you in there checking things out?
Well, it says it was... I have no idea. No idea.
Well, we're going to have to figure that out.
Thanks, Mandy. Appreciate that. And it says, I mean, my name's up there.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's definitely...
Let's see if that fixes it. Thanks, Mandy. Appreciate it. We'll see what happens.
Yes, Mandy, I don't know you, but thank you.
Yeah, so I don't know why my stuff's not showing up on my page, but either way, we're recording it and we will get it out to everybody after the fact.
Yeah, for sure.
So going back to what you said about the motivation and your why and that sort of thing, think about it like this. All of us have to, well, most of us have to work. We have to earn a living. And why do we have to do that? There's a deeper meaning to why we go to work each day.
You are not saying this right now.
Yeah.
As I'm thinking about our podcast, I'm driving home from training a client literally right before coming here. And I said to myself, it's like work. Why do you work? Yes, money, but what does money do for you?
Right.
Right. It gets you it lets you live, right? It lets you do things that if you didn't have money, you ain't gonna have.
Well, because at the end of the day, we can all work a minimum wage job.
Sure.
And survive.
Yes.
Right?
Survive.
We can survive.
Yep.
And that goes back. You can relate that to fitness as well, or fitness and nutrition and taking care of yourself. You know, we can. You know, I tell my clients, especially women that are dealing with hormonal issues. You know, we can live off of bread and water, right? We can work a minimum wage job and we can live off of bread and water. But are we surviving or are we thriving? And that's the same. You can relate the same thing to nutrition and to fitness. Do you want to just survive? Do you just want to fill yourself full of a ton of medication because your health is bad? And do you want to just survive and get by? Or do you want to thrive? Do you want to be able to be the best that you can be? Not only for yourself, but for your loved ones. Do you want to have a body that is just falling apart because you refuse to take care of it? What is it that you want to do? And again, that goes back to your why.
All of it goes back to the why.
All of it goes back to your why.
And it's got to be a real thing. And also, I want to point out that your why can't be somebody else's why. I see it all the time. Well, that girl. I want what that girl has.
Yeah.
And you kind of like take her reasons, but they're not yours. They're not actually your values. Values and why, right?
Yeah.
Like all go hand in hand.
Right.
I've been guilty of it.
Well, and so let's talk a little bit about our why now. I mean, our why we got into fitness, I know for me is much different than my why now. So what is do you feel like your why has changed from why you got into fitness to now?
Definitely.
So why do you stay in it? Why do you keep doing it?
Because I want to be able to hike. I want to be able to, and by the way, when I say hike, like by myself and feel comfortable. I want to be able to go camping. I want to be able to lift the heavy things in the gym. Move furniture if I want.
Furniture, yes.
If I want to move some furniture, I'm moving some furniture. I don't need no man. Sorry, babe, I love you, Dan. I still need you.
Well, but to be able to do that and to not injure yourself constantly, right?
Exactly. That too. Yeah, like okay, so the picking the shirt up off the floor thing has become a joke a little bit because I still do that sometimes, but that's bad movements. And it's rare. I want to be strong.
Yeah.
So that reason really still stands, but it's strong for different reasons. And honestly, mentally strong.
Yeah.
Mental resilience. When I tell you, I mean, I've always been a pretty strong person, mentally. But I think the gym has just really driven that home for me. I would not be sitting here on a Facebook Live years ago.
It was unheard of.
Unheard of.
Yeah.
I don't even think I really went on. I mean, I've been on Facebook since 2009, but.
Well, and I remember even, in your past job, telling you need to go live,
Yes.
to try to promote or to try to have these conversations and bring people in, and you're like, nope, not doing it. So yeah, when you reached out and said, hey, let's do a podcast live, and I'm like, have you lost your damn mind?
It's like, wait,
really?
Is this
Who
Holly?
is this person?
Who is on my phone? This is not Holly.
Yeah.
But what do we tell our people all the time, though? You say do the damn thing.
Yeah,
And I said
just do
do
the damn
hard
thing.
shit.
Yeah.
You have to do, if you want change, you have to do
be
the hard
willing.
shit and you have to do the work.
Yeah, have to be willing to do the hard stuff, for sure.
This is uncomfortable. This may fail. I may look like an idiot. Who knows?
For sure.
But I'm going to try.
Yeah. And then for me, my why has changed several times throughout the years. Mine was because I didn't want to experience battling my weight and excessive weight gain and things of that nature, and that's what got me in the gym. And then once I fell in love with it, then my why became I wanted to be a competitive bodybuilder, and I did that for 5 years. And then after that, this is a very, very good point, is after that I fell off, and I fell off significantly. Matter of fact, I gained quite a bit of weight. My hormones went to shit. My body was out of balance. I went through depression. It was just a hot, nasty mess. But do you know why that was? I no longer had a why.
Yeah.
I no longer had a why to stick with it. My why was, for so many years, to step up on stage in a teeny weeny bikini that was like covered this much of my hoo-ha. So, that was my why. I didn't want to get up there and embarrass myself and fall out of this completely fall out of this bathing suit. So that was my why. So I really it took me about 3 years to really come to terms with my why again. And that happens even to the best of us. I'm preaching it to my clients, I'm preaching it to my peers, I'm preaching it to my family, but at the same time I was struggling with my own why. And so for me, I finally came to the realization that at over 40, now 45, my body was breaking down, my hormones were crazy, and all of that contributed to my lack of commitment and consistency in the gym or to movement in general, and my lack of proper nutrition. And so once I finally got that back in order, once I got my nutrition back in order, once I got my hormones balanced back out, once I started moving again, and it didn't always have to be heavy lifting. It's only been in the last 2 or 3 months that I started heavy lifting again and fell back in love with it. But prior to that, it was going hiking, riding my bike. Me and my husband, we off-road our Jeeps, and so and we overland and camp in it, so being able to climb all around this super lifted Jeep at 5'3", I have to climb around that thing like a damn spider monkey. So for me to be able to do that, I have to be able to move my body properly. I mean, there were so many times that my hips would bother me, my shoulders would bother me, my inner thigh was killing me from stepping up in the Jeep a certain way, so I really had to work on my flexibility and my mobility and get back in there and do the things. And so now my why is to be able to be very active and to enjoy the things that I want to enjoy
and live.
And
I think a part of that, and we've talked about this before, and this is something we should definitely talk about at some point, is burnout and balance.
Yes, that's huge.
Holy crap.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And because that'll, no matter what your why is, when you get to that breaking point and you burn out and you just, it's devastating.
For sure. I had a client the other day, she asked me, she said, is it possible? And she's on a really good high right now, and she's doing great with her weight loss, and she's doing amazing things in the gym. She's over 60, and she's just really, really on point, and she's doing a really fantastic job. But her text to me after our coaching call, she said, hey, is it possible to overwork in the gym? And I said, absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Now, I mean, she's on a high, and right now she has a ton of energy,
yeah.
and she wants to continue to do more. And her workouts are she's maxing out her workouts with the time that she has in her day. And so she asked if it was possible to overwork. And I said, absolutely, because back to what you said, burnout and balance. I told her, I said, I don't want you in the gym that many days. Instead, I want X amount of days to be, because she loves to ride her bike, is to be riding your bike or go for a walk in the park, or do yoga or Pilates or something.
They all count.
It's something.
They all count.
Right, exactly.
you
can still be active, but give your body a rest from the balls to the walls type of movements, because, like you said, you will eventually burn out. Your body will give up on you, and your body will come to a screeching halt. And then what are you going to do? How are you going to recover from that? And it's difficult. So it's very important to find that balance, that you give your body the movement that it needs and that you enjoy without overworking or burning out.
Yeah, that's really big. And I mean, this just could lead to so many different conversations about all of it. It's not even just the burnout in the gym that can affect you. It's your life in general. So if your workouts aren't balancing that, in my program, 4 days max is what my girls do right now. Yeah. Because most of their goals, that's really what they need. You know, you don't have to be there every day.
No, you don't.
You shouldn't.
And that's something that even Holly and I have come to the realization.
I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah. I mean, being over 40, we oftentimes think that, okay, let's go back to the workouts that we used to do that we found success with. Let's go back to the nutrition that we used to follow and find success. If we really want to talk nutrition that I found success on, I used to drink Red Bull and Jaeger bombs, run around in 4-inch high heels after dancing at the bar all night, and have McDonald's at 2 a.m. And guess what? I stayed skinny as shit, okay?
That's a young
Yes, exactly. Guess what? My body, first of all, there ain't no way that I can stay up till 2 a.m. anymore.
Oh my God.
I'm dying. We're already talking about this podcast, keeping us till 9 o'clock, and we're like, it's going to be my bedtime at 9 o'clock. I need to bounce up out of here. So we're already talking about that, let alone I wore heels, and they were just wedges to Jeep Invasion this past weekend, and my poor feet are just killing me from that. And don't even get me started on Red Bull and Jaeger. Don't even get me started on that. There is nothing about my body that is going to be okay with Red Bull and Jaeger ever again.
Nope.
So yeah.
It's just not how it rolls.
So it's just, it's about I tell my people, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Recognize and appreciate where you were. Recognize and appreciate where you are now, because it 100% could always be much worse. And then give yourself some grace. Put in the work. Be consistent. And even on the days that you're not doing your best or what you think should be your best, then that doesn't necessarily mean that you're failing. It just means, guess what? Your body is talking to you. She's telling you, let's take a step back and let's take some rest, or maybe take a break, or maybe even do something different. Yeah. There's been many a times that I have a big workout programmed for myself in the gym, and then when I go to do it and I put that bar underneath me, or I pick that bar up and it feels like it weighs 1,000,000 pounds. Yeah.
Why is this so hard?
Yeah, and it's not even a quarter of what you're used to lifting, and it's like, okay, that's your body telling you need to take a step back. And especially now that we're over 40, it's so important to listen to your body and say, okay, I can't do that today, but what I can do is I can go and do, I'll pull up a workout on YouTube of yoga and be like, you know what, today is going to be a yoga day, I'm going to stretch, I'm going to give her some grace, and guess what, in a couple of days, she bounces right back, and I give her the proper nutrition, and we're good to go.
And when you have a why in place, this actually plays well with it, because you're like, these are the reasons I want this, not to be overworked, stressed.
Right.
Those aren't your reasons, are they? Are they your why? I don't think they are. So, you know to dial it back, and your why is still there, and you're still working toward it. It's not like an all or nothing thing.
Correct. Yes.
I really need that to go out the door. I've had it. I still struggle with that.
Yeah.
What's the point? If I can't.
It's like, if I can't do it all, then I'm not going to do anything. And that's the worst attitude to have. The absolute worst. because there's going to be some days, just like the example I just gave you, if I look at that amazing workout that I put together and I had such great plans and high hopes of having a killer ass workout, and then my body says, nope, we're not doing that today. And instead of me getting pissed and be like, well, since I can't do that, I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to go take a nap, or I'm just going to go home, or I'm just going to go order McDonald's or whatever. No, instead I say, okay, I can't do this, but what can I do? What can I do today to move my body? And that's where you pick something else, and that's okay. That you're not going to have...
You're still working toward it.
Exactly. You're still moving your body. You're still working on keeping your body healthy, and that's so important. That's so important.
And I just read a quote, actually, like last week. It was, all or nothing usually gets you nothing in the end.
Yes.
And I was like...
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so real.
Yep.
So very real. Absolutely. Very good point.
Anyway.
All right. What else we got?
I don't know. I think that
that's
pretty much
pretty
covers
good.
why.
Yeah.
I hope that everybody thinking a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. No matter your body type, know your why. Do that activity before you leave, or before you, after you listen to this podcast today, or tomorrow, or whenever it is that you listen to it. All right, so I think we will wrap up our first podcast, and I hope that you guys and gals enjoyed the conversation that we had. And if at any point you all have any feedback or questions, don't hesitate to drop us a line, either of us, in our DMs. Anything else you would like for us to talk about.
Yes,
going forward.
We will talk about it.
Yeah, give us some insight on what you'd like to hear more about. So, Holly, where can they find you if they want to give you a follow?
Holly Hildeland. If you're already here, you know. But it's Holly, and it's HYLDELUND. It's a good one. Don't try to pronounce it. But it's just my name. Go follow me there. Same thing on Instagram.
Follow you on Facebook and Instagram?
Facebook and Instagram. Same thing, just my name.
Nice. And then you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram under Down South Strong. Facebook and Instagram under Down South Strong. And don't you have something virtual in the works?
I do. Well, I've already got an full 12-week online program that I've had quite a few women through this year. I just started it this year. It was pretty good. But I also have a 3-week program coming out just to give a little taste of what it would be like to work with me and to get you some results for people who just don't want to stick around for 12 weeks.
There you go. And so you can drop Holly a DM either on her Facebook or her Instagram so that you can talk to her a little bit more about that. You can drop me a DM. I also have a 12-week virtual program for women that is all immersive. It gives you nutrition coaching and workouts and one-on-one or meal plans. It's all the things so that you go from step 1 all the way to 12 weeks. And the goal is that once you walk away from me out of that program, you have all the tools that you need in order to make your journey last for a lifetime.
She's so much better at this.
I just run my mouth.
Do the same type of thing.
I just run my mouth a lot more. That's all it is.
But I think that's another thing that keeps us very similar is that, like, I just want to teach you the things and you can just repeat it.
Exactly.
You know, like, if you want to stay with me forever, I love you, but also, like...
But you don't want to have to pay someone to tell you what to eat for the rest of your life. So we want you to become self-sufficient. We want you to learn the tools and be able to apply them, and that they actually make sense for you instead of just reading off a piece of paper, okay, today I need to eat chicken, broccoli, and rice every single day. So yeah, that's our goal, is to give you that the freedom the education to live a healthy lifestyle and to still, damn it, drink wine and eat pizza on occasion if you want to. So yeah, that's ultimately our goal for all of our women. So all right, guys and gals, so be sure, if you don't mind, we are trying to grow the Vibrant Beyond 40 page. So jump over and give that Facebook page a follow. We're also on Instagram, Vibrant Beyond 40, Navigating Health, Fitness, and Life for Women. Also, set yourself a reminder to join us the last Wednesday of each month. As of right now, we're setting up the podcast the last Wednesday of each month at 7 p.m. Eastern. So set yourself a reminder to tune in next month, and that's going to be on September the 27th. And we are going to be discussing fad diets and weight loss drugs.
Gonna be
There's
good.
Yes, there's a ton of conversation right now about a lot of the fad diets and weight loss drugs and shots and things and teas and all that fun stuff. And so we really want to talk about the goods, the bads, the pros, the cons. What are they? Do they work? Are they really helping you, or are they hurting you? So that's what we'll be discussing in September. So thanks again for tuning in, and
Thanks,
we
guys.
hope that you give us a follow. And until next time, have a good night.